What if the relentless pursuit of what you want is the very thing that is pushing it further away? What if true power is found not in chasing the world, but in building a world within yourself so powerful that you become the one who chooses? This is the great Stoic paradox of power and desire. Never chase, always choose, like a Stoic. Stoicism, compiled and published by Stoic Power. Lesson 1. The trap of constant chasing. Imagine you are the captain of a ship at sea, and you become fixated on a single, distant, phantom light on the horizon. You believe this light holds the key to your salvation, so you command your crew to burn all your fuel, to push the engines to their breaking point in a frantic, desperate chase to catch it. You ignore the steady, reliable stars above you, the compass in your hand, and the map in your cabin. Your entire existence becomes consumed by this one relentless pursuit. This is the trap of constant chasing. This video explores Stoic wisdom as a path to emotional mastery, mental strength, and fearless living, empowering you to unleash your inner strength and remain unshaken no matter what life throws at you. For so many of us, this is how we navigate our lives, especially in our pursuit of success, relationships, or happiness. We are in a state of constant inner conflict, where a deep, gnawing feeling of not enough drives us to chase after external things, believing that capturing them will finally make us whole. The problem with this mindset is that the chase itself is a form of self-imposed slavery. When you are in a state of constant chasing, your inner peace is entirely dependent on something outside of yourself, something you do not control. This is one of the most common and painful challenges that people face in the context of emotional mastery and self-discipline. You are constantly anxious, perpetually insecure, and your actions are born from a place of desperation, not power. This chasing energy is deeply unattractive and counterproductive. It signals to the world that you are a person of lack, that your own inner world is an empty place, and that you need something external to complete you. In your frantic pursuit of the phantom light, you burn all your precious fuel and lose your own way, ending up adrift and more lost than when you began. The transformative solution is to stop the chase. It is the radical and courageous Stoic act of taking your eyes off the phantom light on the horizon and turning your attention back to your own ship, to the eternal stars above, and to the compass in your own hand. The core idea, drawn from the deepest wells of Stoic wisdom, is that a life of frantic desire is a life of suffering. The Stoics taught that our passions, when left unchecked, are like cruel masters. The chase for wealth, for fame, for the affection of a specific person is a trap because the finish line is always moving. The moment you get what you want, a new desire appears on the horizon. The chase never ends. The only path to freedom and power is to break this cycle, to shift your focus from what you lack to what you have, and from what is outside your control to what is within it. This ancient wisdom feels alive because it offers us the key to escaping the exhausting modern-day hamster wheel of constant striving and wanting. To begin dismantling the trap of chasing in your own life, you must become aware of your own pursuits. The first actionable step is to identify your phantom light. What is the one external thing you're currently chasing that you believe will finally make you happy or validate your worth? A promotion? A relationship? A certain amount of money? Name it. The second step is to consciously and deliberately withdraw your energy from it for a short period. This means you stop obsessively thinking about it, you stop talking about it, and you stop taking desperate actions to acquire it. The third step is to redirect that conserved energy inward. Instead of spending your energy chasing, spend it on improving your own ship, your mind, your character, and your skills. The benefits of applying these actions are a profound and immediate sense of liberation. The anxiety of the chase will begin to recede, replaced by a quiet, powerful sense of self-possession. You will stop leaking your precious energy into the void and start investing it in yourself. This is the first crucial step in shifting from a posture of desperation to one of power. Your call to action is to take a chasing inventory. For the next 24 hours, your mission is simply to become aware of this energy. Notice how many times a day your mind drifts to chasing that one external thing. Don't try to stop it. just notice. Awareness is the first step to freedom. The chase is fueled by a fundamental misunderstanding of where our value comes from. To truly stop the chase, we must build a new foundation for our self-worth, one that is completely independent of the outside world. This is the focus of our next lesson. If you are ready to stop chasing and start choosing, please show your support by liking this video and subscribing to the Stoic Power channel for more timeless strategies. Lesson 2. Inner worth beyond external approval. Imagine a great mountain. Its peak capped with snow, its slopes covered in ancient forests. Its value, its worth, is inherent in its own massive, solid substance. It is a thing of power and beauty in and of itself. It does not need the approval of the clouds that drift by its summit. It does not become less of a mountain if the clouds obscure it, nor does it become more of a mountain if the sun shines upon it. Its worth is absolute and independent of the weather. This is the nature of true inner worth, the second principle of the Stoic who chooses. Many of us, however, are in a state of inner conflict where our sense of worth is not like the mountains, but is as fickle and changeable as the weather itself. Our self-worth is completely dependent on the weather of external approval. A sunny day of praise makes us feel solid and powerful, but a cloudy day of criticism or indifference makes us feel as if we are crumbling into dust. The problem with this mindset is that it is the very engine of the desperate chase. If your sense of worth is dependent on external approval, you will spend your entire life chasing after it. You will contort yourself into whatever shape you think people want to see, you will say what you think they want to hear, and you will sacrifice your own principles on the altar of being liked. This is a painful and powerless way to live. You are not the mountain, you are a desperate weather vane, spinning frantically with every shift in the wind of public opinion. The transformative solution is to become the mountain. It is the Stoic habit of deliberately and systematically relocating the source of your self-worth from the external world of opinions to the internal world of your own character. The core idea is the foundational Stoic principle of the dichotomy of control, combined with the belief that virtue is the sole good. The Stoics taught that the opinions and approval of others are things that are completely outside of our control. To base our self-worth on something we do not control is a recipe for a life of anxiety and suffering. The only thing that is truly within our control is our own character, our own choices, our own commitment to virtue. Therefore, the only rational place to build our self-worth is on this internal, indestructible foundation. A man of true worth is not a man who is widely approved of. He is a man who is worthy of his own approval. This ancient wisdom feels alive because it offers us the key to unlocking a profound and unshakable confidence. A confidence that cannot be touched by criticism or inflated by praise. To begin this monumental construction project, you must become the geologist of your own soul. The first actionable step is to define your bedrock. Write down 3 to 5 virtues or principles that you want your character to be built upon. Integrity, courage, discipline, kindness. This is the granite of your own inner mountain. The second step is to become your own evaluator. At the end of each day, instead of asking, "Did people like me today?" you must ask, "Did I live up to my own principles today?" You must shift your focus from the external audience to the internal judge. The third step is to practice self-approval. When you act in accordance with your principles, take a moment to silently acknowledge it and feel a sense of pride in your own character without needing anyone else to notice or validate it. The benefits of applying these actions are the creation of a truly unshakable foundation for your life. The desperate need for external approval will begin to fade, replaced by a quiet, solid, and deeply satisfying sense of your own inner worth. You will stop chasing and start attracting, as people are naturally drawn to the quiet strength of a person who is secure in themselves. Your call to action is to redefine your metrics for a good day. For the next week, your only goal is to end each day being able to write down one single action you took that was in perfect alignment with your own chosen values, regardless of the outcome or the feedback you received. Start measuring yourself by your own ruler. Building your worth on this inner foundation gives you a place to stand. But to choose your direction wisely, you must have a clear map. The next lesson will teach you how to gain this clarity by knowing your own values. If this lesson resonated with you, please comment below with one virtue you will make your bedrock, and remember to subscribe to the Stoic Power channel. Lesson 3. Clarity. In knowing your values, imagine you are a sea captain, about to embark on a great voyage. You are given a magnificent ship, strong and fast, but you are given no map, no compass, and you have not been told your destination. You set sail, but without a fixed point of reference, you are simply adrift. You might chase distant clouds, you might follow migrating birds, you might simply sail in circles, but you are not navigating, you are merely wandering. The ship's power is useless without a clear direction. Your values are your map and your compass. This is the third principle of the Stoic who chooses. Many of us are in a state of inner conflict where we are trying to navigate the complex ocean of life without ever having consciously chosen our destination or consulted our own inner compass. We chase after the goals and desires that society, advertising, and our peers tell us we should want, without ever stopping to ask if these are the things that we, in our deepest selves, truly value. The problem with this lack of value clarity is that it makes wise choices impossible. If you don't know what your destination is, you cannot possibly know whether to turn left or right at any given moment. This leads to a life of confusion, contradiction, and regret. You make choices that are in conflict with your own unexamined nature, which creates a deep and persistent sense of unease and inauthenticity. You are constantly chasing because you have no core principles to anchor you, no true north to guide your decisions. The transformative solution is to become the master navigator of your own life. It is the Stoic habit of engaging in deep self-reflection to gain absolute clarity on your own core values, and then using these values as the unwavering compass for all of your choices. The core idea is that a Stoic life is a life of intention, not of accident. The Stoics believe that our ruling faculty, our reason, gives us the unique ability to live a purposeful life, a life aligned with a chosen telos or ultimate aim. But you cannot live a purposeful life if you have not defined your purpose. Your values are the practical definition of your purpose. They are the principles you have chosen to guide your actions. Knowing your values transforms you from a passive wanderer into a deliberate chooser. This ancient wisdom is profoundly empowering because it tells us that we are not just victims of our own programming. We have the power to consciously choose the code by which we live our lives. To begin this process of creating your inner compass, you must become an explorer of your own soul. The first actionable step is the value-finding exercise. Set aside 30 minutes of quiet time. On a piece of paper, write down the answers to these questions. What moments in my life have made me feel most alive and authentic? Who are the people I most admire, and what qualities do they embody? What would I want people to say about my character at my funeral? The second step is to distill your answers down into a list of 3 to 5 core value words. Examples might be freedom, growth, integrity, service, wisdom. This is your compass. The third step is to use this compass to make one decision. Look at a choice you are currently facing and ask, which option is most in alignment with my core values? Let the compass guide your hand. The benefits of applying these actions are a profound sense of clarity and purpose. The confusion and anxiety of decision-making will be replaced by a calm confidence. You will stop chasing after things that are not truly meant for you and start choosing paths that are in deep harmony with your authentic self. This integrity is the source of a powerful, quiet strength. Your call to action is to perform the value-finding exercise. Commit to setting aside 30 minutes this week to answer those questions. Discover your own North Star. The clarity you will gain from this single exercise can change the entire course of your voyage. Once you know your values, you have your direction. But to make wise choices, especially in the heat of the moment, you need more than just a compass. You need a calm and steady hand. The next lesson will teach you how to cultivate the power of deliberate stillness. If you found this lesson valuable, please like this video and share one of your core values in the comments below to inspire our community. Lesson 4. Power of deliberate stillness. Imagine a deep and perfectly still lake. Its surface acts as a flawless mirror, reflecting the sky, the mountains, and the trees with absolute clarity. Because of its stillness, it can perceive the world as it truly is. Now imagine a chaotic, churning lake, its surface whipped into a frenzy by the wind. It can reflect nothing. It only reflects its own turmoil. The human mind is like this lake. The power of deliberate stillness is the fourth principle of the Stoic who chooses. Many of us are in a state of inner conflict where our minds are like the churning lake. We are in a constant state of mental agitation, our thoughts racing, our anxieties buzzing, our attention fragmented. We believe that this constant mental motion is a sign of an active and engaged mind. The problem is that a mind that is not still cannot see clearly. When you are in a state of inner turmoil, your perception of the world is distorted. You will misinterpret people's intentions, you will overestimate threats, you will underestimate your own abilities, and you will make poor, reactive choices based on your own inner chaos, not on the reality of the situation. You cannot make a wise choice when you cannot see the options clearly. You are trying to navigate by a reflection in a churning sea. The transformative solution is to become the still lake. It is the Stoic habit of cultivating a deep, deliberate inner stillness, of learning to quiet the winds of your own mind so that you can perceive the world with the perfect clarity that is necessary for wise choices. The core idea is that stillness is not an empty state. It is a state of supreme power and perception. The Stoics, like the Buddhists and other great wisdom traditions, understood that beneath the noisy, chattering surface of our minds lies a deep well of silence and wisdom. It is in this silence that our greatest insights arise. It is from this stillness that our most powerful and precise actions are born. In the context of choosing, this stillness is the necessary precondition for wisdom. You must first quiet your own inner noise before you can clearly hear the subtle voice of your own rational, guiding principles. This ancient wisdom feels more relevant than ever in our modern world, which is a constant assault on our ability to be still. To cultivate this powerful stillness, you must practice the art of quieting the waters. The first actionable step is a daily stillness practice. As we have discussed before, this can be a simple 5 to 10 minute meditation where your only goal is to sit and allow the churning waters of your mind to naturally settle. The second step is to practice mindful transitions. In the moments between activities, as you walk from your car to your office, as you wait for a meeting to start, resist the urge to pull out your phone. Instead, use these small pockets of time to simply be still, to breathe, and to observe your surroundings without judgment. The third step is to use a stillness anchor. This is a physical object or a simple mantra that you can use to bring yourself back to a state of calm. It could be the feeling of your feet on the ground, or the simple phrase, "be still." The benefits of applying these actions are a profound increase in your mental clarity and your ability to make wise choices. You will find that you are less reactive and more thoughtful. The constant, low-grade anxiety that comes from a churning mind will be replaced by a quiet, confident calm. Your perception will become sharper, and you will start to see the world and its challenges with a new and powerful clarity. Your call to action is to practice the mindful transition. For the rest of today, in every moment of transition, your mission is to take just 3 conscious breaths and feel your own stillness before you move on to the next activity. Weave these small moments of peace into the fabric of your day. This deliberate stillness gives you the clarity to see the right choice. Now we must explore how to execute that choice with a calm and powerful authority. The next lesson will teach you the art of choosing. If this lesson has brought you a sense of calm, please like this video and share your experience with stillness in the comments below. Lesson 5. Choosing with calm authority. Imagine a wise and powerful king seated on his throne. 2 of his courtiers are in a heated dispute, each one passionately and loudly pleading their case. The king does not get drawn into their emotional turmoil. He does not shout or argue. He listens. He sits in a state of deliberate stillness, and then, with a calm, quiet, and unwavering voice, he renders his decision. His choice carries the weight of authority, not because it is loud, but because it is calm, considered, and final. This is the fifth principle, choosing with calm authority. Many of us, however, are in a state of inner conflict, where we make our choices not like a calm king, but like a flustered and anxious courtier. We are swayed by the emotions of the moment, we second-guess ourselves, and our choices are often hesitant, apologetic, and lacking in any real conviction. The problem with this lack of authority in our own choices is that it projects weakness and undermines our own decisions. When you make a choice from a place of anxiety or indecision, you are subconsciously signaling to yourself and to others that you do not truly trust your own judgment. This makes it more likely that you will abandon your choice at the first sign of difficulty, and it invites others to challenge and disrespect your decisions. A choice without calm authority is merely a suggestion, not a command from the sovereign of your own life. The transformative solution is to embrace the mindset of the wise king. It is the Stoic habit of making your choices from a place of inner stillness and reason, and then standing behind those choices with a calm, unshakable authority. The core idea is that the power of a choice is not in the choice itself, but in the state of mind from which it is made. The Stoics called this the discipline of action. It dictates that our actions, which are the result of our choices, should be guided by reason and aimed at the common good. A choice made with calm authority is a choice that has been filtered through your values and your reason. It is not an emotional reaction or a guess. It is a deliberate and purposeful act of your ruling faculty. This is why it carries so much weight. Your calm is a non-verbal statement that this choice was not made lightly, and it will not be easily swayed. This ancient wisdom teaches us how to embody our own inner sovereignty. To begin choosing with this new authority, you must practice the art of deliberate decision-making. The first actionable step is to never make an important decision when you are in a heightened emotional state. If you are angry, anxious, or overly excited, you must impose a mandatory cool-down period before you choose. The second step is to briefly and explicitly consult your values, your inner compass, before you make a choice. Ask, which option is most aligned with the person I want to be? The third step is to state your choice simply, clearly, and without excessive justification or apology. I have considered the options, and I have chosen to do X. Your calm conviction is all the justification that is needed. The benefits of applying these actions are a massive increase in your self-respect and the respect you receive from others. You will stop feeling like a victim of your own indecision and start feeling like the powerful, deliberate creator of your own life. Your choices will have more power and will be more likely to lead to successful outcomes because you will be fully committed to them. Your call to action is to apply this to one small choice today. It could be what you choose to eat or how you choose to spend your evening. Before you decide, take a moment of stillness. Consciously choose the option that is most aligned with your values, and then commit to that choice with a quiet, inner authority. Choosing with authority is how you direct your life, but as you move forward with this new power, others may test you. To protect your choices and your peace, you must learn to guard your boundaries with an unyielding strength. This is the focus of our next lesson. Please take a moment to subscribe to the Stoic Power channel to continue your journey toward becoming the wise king of your own life. Lesson 6. Guarding Boundaries with Stoic Strength. Imagine a beautiful, sacred temple, a place of peace, wisdom, and quiet contemplation. This temple is surrounded by a strong, high wall. The wall is not there to be hostile or aggressive towards the outside world. The wall exists for a single vital purpose: to protect the sacred space within from the chaos, the noise, and the intrusions of the world, so that the important work of the temple can proceed in peace. Your life, your time, and your purpose are this sacred temple. Your boundaries are its walls. This is the sixth principle of the Stoic who chooses. Many of us, however, are in a state of inner conflict where we are trying to maintain a sacred temple with no walls. We fear that setting boundaries is selfish, that it will make people dislike us, and so we leave ourselves completely open and undefended. The problem with this lack of boundaries is that it makes a life of focused, purposeful choice impossible. If you cannot protect your time and your energy, you will have no resources left to dedicate to your own chosen path. Your temple will be constantly overrun by the demands, the drama, and the priorities of others. Your choices become meaningless because you lack the protected space in which to execute them. A man without boundaries is not his own master. He is a servant to the whims of everyone he meets. The transformative solution is to become the vigilant guardian of your own sacred space. It is the Stoic habit of building and maintaining your boundaries with a calm, firm, and unwavering strength. The core idea is that your boundaries are the practical, real-world expression of your values and your choices. If you have chosen to make your health a priority, then your boundary of not skipping a workout is the wall that protects that choice. If you have chosen to live a life of focus, then your boundary of not answering emails after a certain hour is the wall that protects that choice. The Stoics would see this as a fundamental duty to the self. Your primary responsibility is to your own character, to your own inner citadel. Guarding your boundaries is the act of a responsible and sovereign ruler protecting his own kingdom. This ancient wisdom is deeply empowering because it reframes boundaries as an act of profound self-respect, not of selfishness. To begin guarding your temple, you must become its dedicated protector. The first actionable step is to define your walls. As we have discussed before, you must be crystal clear on your non-negotiables. What will you no longer tolerate? What requests will you no longer accept? The second step is to practice the calm and firm no. When you need to enforce a boundary, do so without anger and without a lengthy apology. A simple, respectful, "I am not able to do that," is a statement of fact, not a declaration of war. The third, and most important step, is to be willing to endure the emotional pressure of someone else's disappointment. Your commitment to your own principles must be stronger than your fear of their reaction. This is the ultimate test of Stoic strength. The benefits of applying these actions are a massive increase in your personal power and peace of mind. You will reclaim huge amounts of time and energy that you can now dedicate to your own chosen pursuits. You will find that high-quality people respect your boundaries, while low-quality people will be filtered out of your life. You will feel a profound sense of integrity and self-respect that comes from being the fierce protector of your own sacred space. Your call to action is to choose your one wall to defend. Identify one boundary that is consistently being violated in your life. For the next 7 days, your sole mission is to defend that one boundary with calm, stoic strength every single time. When you have stopped chasing, when your worth is internal, your values are clear, and your boundaries are strong, you are on the verge of achieving a new and powerful state of being. The final lesson is about the ultimate outcome of this journey, a life of complete freedom from desperation. If this lesson has given you the strength to build your walls, please like this video and share your commitment in the comments below. Lesson 7. Living free from desperation. Imagine a great eagle soaring high above the mountains on the thermal winds. It is a portrait of effortless grace and sovereign power. It is not frantically flapping its wings in a desperate attempt to stay aloft. It has mastered the art of using the natural currents of the world to lift it higher. It trusts in its own skill, in its own nature, and in its ability to navigate any weather. It is completely free from desperation. This is the final principle and the ultimate goal of the Stoic who chooses. For our entire lives, many of us have been living in an inner conflict, where we have been the small bird, frantically and desperately flapping its wings just to stay in the air. Our lives have been characterized by a low-grade hum of desperation, a desperate need for approval, a desperate chase for success, a desperate fear of being alone. The problem with a life lived from desperation is that it is a life of profound weakness and suffering. Desperation is the energy of lack. It is the belief that you are not enough, that you need something external to save you. This energy is deeply repulsive to others, and it leads to a life of poor choices, needy behaviors, and constant anxiety. It is the very opposite of the calm, confident, and attractive energy of the soaring eagle. It is the greatest obstacle to a life of power and peace. The transformative solution is the final and most profound act of the Stoic journey, to achieve a state of being that is completely and totally free from desperation. It is the integration of all the previous lessons into a new, unshakable identity, the identity of a person who is already whole, already complete, and who needs nothing from the world to be so. The core idea is the achievement of eudaimonia, the flourishing, self-possessed life that is the ultimate aim of all Stoic practice. The man who is free from desperation is not a man who has gotten everything he wants. He is a man who has trained his mind to only want what is within his control, a virtuous and excellent character. Because his happiness and his worth are entirely self-sourced, he is free. He no longer chases the world, he engages with it from a position of wholeness and strength. His choices are not driven by a needy desire to get, but by a powerful desire to express the person he has become. This is the mastery that feels both ancient and alive. To embody this state of freedom is the work of a lifetime, but the practice begins today. The first actionable step is the practice of gratitude. Every day, take 2 minutes to write down 3 things that you already have in your life that you are grateful for. This trains your mind to focus on abundance, not on lack. The second step is to practice acting as if. Throughout your day, ask yourself, how would a person who is completely free from desperation handle this situation? And then, act in that way. Embody the eagle. The third step is to find your joy in the process, not the prize. Fall in love with the daily act of building your character, of living your values. This is the ultimate antidote to the desperate need for a specific outcome. The benefits of applying these actions are the achievement of the most attractive and powerful state of being a human can attain. You will radiate a calm, confident, and self-sufficient energy that will naturally draw high-quality people and opportunities to you. You will be free from the anxieties and insecurities that plague most people. You will experience a profound and abiding sense of inner peace, the peace of the eagle soaring effortlessly on the wind. Your final call to action is a commitment to the feeling of wholeness. Your mission for today is to go through your entire day from the perspective that you already have everything you need to be happy and at peace. Let this be a one-day experiment in living free from the energy of wanting. By escaping the trap of chasing, by building your worth on a foundation of character and clear values, and by guarding your peace with stillness and strength, you achieve the ultimate power, the power to choose, not from a place of desperation, but from a place of complete and unshakable freedom. To stop chasing and start choosing is the fundamental shift from a life of desperation to a life of power. By grounding your worth in your own character and making choices aligned with your deepest values, you become the calm, authoritative center of your own life. Thank you for taking the time to watch the video. We gently remind viewers to like, comment, and subscribe to the YouTube channel for more wisdom on building a life of authentic power.